Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope you all having a great day and it's starting the weekend. I myself, this is my Sunday, go back to work tomorrow. And I'm here giving you Missile Talks. I see this live. Finally, I'm here to talk about Belle Collective, Married to Medicine, and the rest of the season of the Traitors season 4 and give my final thoughts. Listen. These episodes of these shows, it's good so far. At this point, I was like, whatever. Some of them was annoying me. Some of them was like, it's this point, why are we here and whatever. But hopefully y'all come and interact with me and keep me company while I'm talking about these shows. Depends on interaction. We'll see how long it goes. But if not, I'm trying to make it as fast as possible. So people go back that day and y'all can watch the replay game. Replay game, appreciate you. Appreciate. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel and comment down below. Please interact with my channel. I love the viewership. I want the comments. I want the likes. And I want to see if y'all are appreciating and engaging with my content. I like some Married to Medicine from season 12, episode 8 to 13. I didn't realize the last time I reviewed it was up to episode 7. I could have sworn I did another one before the last couple episodes. But nevertheless, Married to Medicine is almost ending. It's going to be a finale soon, and then it's going to be the reunion. I did part 1 the week after. So this month. So we getting there. And the Belle Collective, the first 3 episodes, and I don't know the new episode came on tonight, but I'm not going to talk about that one until the next time I talk about Belle Collective. And the Traitors US season 4, the last couple episodes, and the reunion. I'm going to give my little recap on that. And my opinions, my overall opinions, and stuff like that. Listen, hold up. Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamond in the sky. What's going on? Can y'all see me? Yes. Listen. I don't know how y'all feel about these episodes. How you feel about Married to Medicine? How you feel about Black Collective? How you feel about the Traitors? Like the Traitors, I'm glad it's done. I won't give my opinion about it. I won't give my opinion how I feel about the Traitors and what they doing with these all celebrities. And in that article they came out saying about the housewives and all that jazz. And I was like, at the end of the day, U.S. production is my fault. But let's get into it. Let's start with, let's do Married to Medicine first. Get that out the way. I realized I only wrote notes for episodes 10 to 13, but I didn't write no notes for the earliest episode because I was like in a point, because at this point, Married to Medicine, it is what it is. But we all know contestants throwing the girls trip, the trip that everybody was going, and after that, it was the couples trip. So we was still at the girls trip at the beginning of that. Everybody tried to get their rooms and whatnot, and they always heavily at that point. She said she wasn't going because she said, "Why I'm going on a trip? The girls don't like me and all like that. I don't want to feel like going." Said doing all that, and I said, "I wish y'all stand on what y'all saying. If you say you're not going on a trip, you're not going on a trip. Why you do all that and you still end up going on a trip the next day or something like that? Like, girl, you made it seem like you was not going at all, but you were at the girl." So we went on a trip and they get their rooms. Angel and Brandy had the bunk bedroom, because usually every time you get Airbnb house, most of the houses and most Airbnb houses does have a room dedicated to a couple with kids or something like that, because they renting out the house. So one room usually will have like a bunk bed and kids beds and stuff. So that what it was. And they like it, so they had to bunk together because they was the new girls, and that's how that usually goes. But don't get me wrong, the house and everything was nice, and contestant did a really good job playing the activities and the food and the drinks and all that stuff for the ladies. So it was a nice planned trip, even though we know production is part of it. But it was a nice planned trip. I was like, Angel was annoying me in that scene when she was like, "Oh, where's your energy to Brandy?" And I like when Brandy say, "Girl, what you talking about? What you want?" She said, "I want to know what your energy on, because I want to be in the room with you and give your energy. Like you came in over bad hot and strong, and I know you was coming on feeling about type of way about Toya, and what Toya was saying about you about Toya breaking the girls' code, and we'll get that in a minute. Because Toya was definitely breaking girls' code, doing the most for no apparent reason. So he was definitely breaking girls' code. So do all that. So shit, how much your energy? What's your energy? Well, I said, girl, get the hell out of here about your energy. Like you at the end, what's your energy? Because you all one. So when Brady brought to the group, now you trying to act like you ain't meant it like that. No, you meant to act like that. You try to meant it like, oh girl, I don't know what your energy gonna come from. You better come collect me in this room with me. And like, girl, you don't own this. If you don't want this room, you should better take that level figure tester. So that's that. Throughout that freaking trip, there was asking Simone what was happening with Heavenly, because this whole thing beat Heavenly and Simone, and Heavenly said she don't feel safe around Simone. She unhinged. She's like that, and Simone's a doctor. So when you say things like that, it goes reputation does precedes you, and if people believes it, they're gonna start growing legs, and then it might affect the business. Sometimes I was like, it always comes from public perceptions. If the public believes the perception that this rumor that's going to get you, it could affect your business, money wise and whatnot. Especially being her as a doctor, she want to lose her license and like that because somebody out here telling why she's unhinged. She said them not being around and all that stuff. And I was like, at the end of the day, Simone and Heavenly, y'all was not in a good space for you to want to take a picture. She didn't want to take a picture with you, and she did not push you because Heavenly made it so exaggerated. She said, "Get your hands on me." She didn't do none of that. Or she said, "Don't touch me. I don't want you to touch me. I'm not taking a picture." She said, "Why are you taking a picture?" No, I'm not with the picture. Like so, she did not push her to the point that Heavenly made it seem. She just told her she moved her in off her shoulder, said, "I'm not down with that. I'm not taking no picture with you." So that's that. So Simone's not feeling that because she's like, I don't got no rap for her because she going around making say I'm unsafe and unhinged. So it is what it is. So they kept talking about Heavenly about this whole situation, and Heavenly's not there. And I said Heavenly didn't want to come. So meanwhile, while all it was talking about Quad monologue, that's a nickname sometimes, Quad monologue. The monologue went to tell Heavenly what was saying. So she was reporting back to Heavenly of everything that was said, so Heavenly knows what's going on. So when she come in, I guess she don't have to be blindsided. But yeah, I think at this point, I think Jackie was to the fence between Simone and Heavenly, and with this whole ideal. So they all was talking about that. Heavenly came the next day and whatnot. And if I don't talk about every specific thing, because some episodes, I think episode 8 and 9, I didn't take no notes. But so if I forget anything, y'all please put it in the comment section down below. Or if you come in this chat and you listen to me, you will tell me your thoughts or tell me what happened. So Heavenly arrived there. I guess she decided she roomed with Quad because they go inside the room together because there was no extra bedroom. So she stayed with Quad, and that's that. So came there. They said what she's doing there. I don't think Contessa knew she was coming because on last time it's like she told me she was not coming, and exactly. But they accommodate her. But that now that Heavenly is there, now Simone's a feel type of way about that because she said she don't want to be with Nana's girl. So they going back and forth, back and forth. So they had this little dinner. I think ladies done had a dinner and they was trying to come to a common ground about that. Toya was giving her little 2 cents about things as well. And, Mimi, I don't know what's going on with Mimi. Like Mimi is so judgy. They're trying to criticize Toya how Toya is doing things. Like Toya, don't even know what Toya was doing on one a lot this season, doing the most, and as well. But that's that. So when they were going back and forth, at the table, and Henry trying to give her sequence and events, and Simone giving hers. That was that. So I guess everybody was getting upset, whatever, and when I left out. Or Simone got upset. No, I think Simone got upset because he was saying, you know what, I'm not dealing with this because this girl is lying. I'm not dealing with this and whatnot. I get they were trying to talk to Simone and trying to tell Simone to listen, hear her out, see what you gotta say and whatnot. And I said, why y'all pushing her for the naked men's with her? I don't want to deal with her. She felt unsafe. She's unsafe around me. So I think Toya was asking how many questions. Said, well, if you had this much energy, why the hell you want to put on hands? So you think she said, so everybody said, I didn't touch her and everything. I said, you will have to put your arms around to touch her, to tell her to put your arm off of you. Like, what you saying? So they were going back and forth, and me was judging and say, Toy egging it on, and it whatnot. So later on, Heavenly broke down, and I was to Heavenly side and say what's going on. And I just heavily started breaking down because she said, you don't know what I'm going through. It's just that my baby come home and this and that. And she was crying. And then, this is your divine intervention. And I have a jacket. I said, what is going on here? And like, y'all praying hands. So that was that. They said, you know, you got to apologize to Simone. You got to make it up with Simone and stuff like that. So they said next day we going to have a pool party. We going to enjoy stuff and whatnot. So the next day they had a pool party. They was talking about their little sex mishaps like that with Angel saying that she took a number spray and she took it before she would give the Gawk 3000 and you know it went numb. So that was like funny, you know, and Brandy did her little thing, how she got her twins or how got her kids. So it was funny. They had a little kiki. So they were saying like, you know what, let Heavenly have a little moment and say what you have to say. So Heavenly got to say what you have to say. But I guess at some point I think Toya was saying something. And they would say Toya lives a lot of speak and then Heavenly started getting upset. Like Mimi had to talk to her and say, girl, come back. Don't let her get your energy down. And say we got to do and whatnot. And I think later on Simone and Heavenly had a little sit down heart to heart. And I guess it wasn't like completely make amends, but they was like, you know what, we gotta call it a truce for now. So they called that truce. I said, all right, call it a day, because this going back and forth. Hey, Queso, where? How you boo? What's going on? I'm here talking. So they gonna call it a truce for now. So I said, all right, let it call it a day. It why not? And I was like, these ladies are exhausting. I don't think they're really good friends like that. If to me, to be honest, I feel like they are cool for the cameras, but off cameras, they don't really hang out like that. That's my opinion. And that's why thanks for coming through. Yo, what's coming through? Hope everything all right with your family. So so the ladies, do we have to do? They called a quarter of truce for now, and they're gonna do that. So next, then we say, you know what? The next day they're gonna say we're gonna have a boat ride. We're gonna have a good get together, a good thing. Now at that point, monologue Quad, she didn't want to say yet about what's happening, but she gonna wait for the right time to tell the ladies what was going on, what's happening with the IVF treatment of IVF journey. So she gonna wait. So ladies, they have a boat ride. Contessa played a prank on them a little bit, though they was gonna go to a tugboat, and they was all like gas and said, "Oh no, we not doing no tugboat." But she said, "I'm just kidding. We going to this boat," and they like the boat, all that stuff. Toya said she gonna have some vodka because she having no, she gonna have some tequila. She bought all little drinks because she didn't know they were having in the boat because she said the last time she drank vodka, she fell on flat her behind and whatnot. The ladies, these group of ladies always do a lot of boat trips, so they have a lot of stories with boats. So while the ladies on the boat, the guys decided to have their little own outage with each other. And King don't want to share anything about what's happening with Quad and him with the journey. Okay, that's great. That's great. You know, you gotta make sure the baby is good. And say he won't say nothing until Quad share with the ladies because it's her thing to share. But King, I said, that's knowing that we know that they broke up. I'm glad that we know they broke up because he is aggravating. I understand now. When looking back, I said, what everybody thought of good? What everybody thought of him? I think the only way we probably people liked him because they didn't like Greg, and we was like, okay, Greg, qualify somebody she's happy with. They banging down in the mattress in the bedroom, whatever they at, 15 times a week, and it's better. But now we look more up for him. We realize he's like another Greg in a nice little package. He might not be physical abusive, but the way he be coming out with his words and what he's saying and stuff like that, and the little snippet comments he be making, it's like, do you really like this woman? Or are you just there for convenience? Or you want for a come up? Because it's just like the little snippy comments they making, like you do this for her, and this is that, doing her favor. I said, you both doing it. And that's why I was like, well, I hope you're doing this journey for yourself. Because if you really want it, you can really want it. I hope you're not doing this because you was with this guy. And even after y'all broke up, hope you continue the journey. I mean, I think recently she said she gonna take a little break. Yuck, exactly. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, what we thought of him? We know he was like a nice little guy. He was nice looking, but the way how he is, he became unattractive. It's like nobody want somebody like that. Always chipping at you for a little bit. You think it's nothing of it. And I wish Qual would peep that and it would go tap for tap with him. But I guess she was overlooking some things. I don't know. Maybe she did, maybe not. But we all glad that they broke it up. But I just never really care for him like that anymore. So Simone's still not okay with Heavenly. They were trying to make Heavenly and Simone. He's really not all that. I ain't gonna front. He's not. He's really not. He's got a nice body and whatnot, but he's really not all that. So they were still trying to make Simone and Heavenly to make amends. I said, y'all need to stop doing this. I would say, can y'all stop? Like, really, I wish y'all to stop. Like, I don't need to do all that. We could be cool and everything. So I guess they hug it out. And then I think they went in for the kiss. Now, I think Simone was like doing like this, like air kiss. But I don't think she really thought that the kiss was going to be locked together. Like, they really touched each other. So I guess that's what happened. And they all got shot. They said, oh my God, what? Y'all kissing the lips? I said, listen. These friends sometimes might do it. Throw all that pent up energy, pent up anger you have. You might as well. But yeah, I think mostly, they were supposed to do this. And I guess Kevin went a little bit more to the side, and I guess their lips locked a little bit. So they was like, are you okay? She said, with the lips? Nah, I'm not okay. Now, I don't think she was really mad about the kids. I don't think she said she was, but she just said she's still not okay with Heavenly, even if they did the like makeup, little hug or stuff. But she said she's not really okay yet. But just that kiss, she was like, oh my God, what the hell happened now? So they didn't vote. They vibing and chilling. I guess they was dancing. I think that one they was dancing before and they was dancing after. I guess they was dancing before because they was still light out, and then when they would do the questioning, it was getting dark. So I did dancing before, and they was chilling, having a good time, dancing, one another, and the boat because that's what you supposed to do. And then Heavenly was recording Angel. Angel was twerking and stuff like that, and she was making comments about Angel, and I was like, and he said, "Oh, girl, once you look in the truck like that," I said, "Girl, you copy the food." I don't know if she was getting like she was making a comment and was judging her, or she just was intrigued about Angel twerking. But then I said, "Girl, stop being a food and twerk." But I don't know, because Heavenly, I don't know what the Heavenly was. Heavenly was like, she was having like a seizure or something. I said, "Girl, calm down, okay? You twerk like." Ooh. So Angel definitely moved that thing. I said, "Go ahead, Angel. Go ahead, girl. That's why girl invite her to the cookout." So Heavenly wanted to have a little mini town hall. I said, "Oh my gosh." I said, "Why? Why?" In a nice boat, when we having a good time, you want to do a town hall? No. So now we in this boat. They asked a couple questions, and Brandy asked a different questions. Like a nice questions on how do you feel your constituents will feel about you being a reality TV star and doing running for Congress or running for seat and like that, or state senate representative. And that was a nice question because I personally, and I still feel this way, and I don't care what nobody say. I don't want nobody who my reality TV star doing political politics. If you go do politics, get off a reality TV show and do politics. If you go do politics, I don't want you to see you reality TV show. I don't. I'm not. I don't want to see two together. You go be one out of the other. Because the way how you're on this reality TV show, I cannot see you as a person if I live in that state as my representative. Because these don't go out your way. You want to be cursing people out, talk about them, bad mouthing them because you got a mouth. Girl, get out of here. So no, keep it separate. But whatever, she's on the show, even though she's on the front of the contract because she's front of the season, even though she's part of this season, it's because she's doing the political run. So they had to give her the front of contract. So they asked her what's a political mentor. And she said quad. And I was like, Quad, really? But then again, I say maybe Quad is nice businesswoman. She knows probably she was doing. Maybe she not know much of political politics and everything, but she could still be a mentor. Now, Jackie would say, now you should have said Jasmine Crockett or Kamala Harris or Michelle Obama. She said Jasmine Crockett. She said Michelle Obama and Kamala Harris. But I said that's not mentors though, because she's not meeting them. Mentors are someone that you meet and then you face to face and they helping you do the campaign. Now, I feel like her political mentor could be someone else who more in the realm of politics that I think Quad is. But I cannot Quad. She's an educated woman, so whatever. But I was like, are they sure she's a friend of? That's I'm saying, because she is a friend of. Because she definitely was involved in this season to be a friend of. Always in some drama. Y'all telling her everything. She wanted to go tell that to somebody else. I said, first of all, y'all need to stop telling Heavenly things when you don't want her to say nothing. Y'all know she go run tell that. So stop telling her things if you don't want her to run tell that. Like I said, Heavenly won't even know what kind of drawers I'm wearing. That's kind of surface level we will be having with each other. She don't even know nothing. Anything deeper what the surface level is. No. That's something for you don't say nothing. So you keep it straight surface level with her. Nothing deep. How your family good? What you up to now? What your goals? My goals is my goaling. Are you traveling? Nah, I'm good. Nope. Oh, he's all right. She fine. She would get so simple. She wouldn't even want to be my friend. I would give her short answers. She wouldn't even want to even know anything about it. I said, "Oh, honey, good. Don't ask me anything else." You want to go out to eat? We go out to eat. We go dancing like that, but you ain't going. You ain't having no conversation with me. Nah, we ain't having none of that. Nope. What you drinking? Juice. What kind of juice? Juice. I can at least give you a blend. Minute Maid. Minute Maid juice. Eating candy. And like, what kind of candy? The hard kind. Like, girl, you. She would be annoyed with me because she would get nothing deep out of me. It would be so surface level. So she would say Kamala Harris and Michelle Obama. I say, well, those influencers, maybe that's political influencers and not mentors, because none of us will even meet Michelle Obama or Kamala Harris or whatever people you think you will your mentor. So whatever. So they ask other things, how are you gonna be a person who's gonna be retaliating against people, and they ask a bunch of questions. I don't know. At the end that she was like really. I think maybe she was joking and stuff like that. Cause I ain't talking to you. I ain't talking to you now, all that stuff. But serious questions. And say you never share with the group. That's what it gonna be. I would not share with the group. If you think I'm not sharing, and that's what it is. You would know nothing from me, Heavenly. So go tell the group I ain't sharing nothing. Cause you ain't getting nothing. I share it, but not with you. If I won't share with them, then they about to go and tell you. So everything will be surface level around here. So they was asking how you think you gonna be a good politician because I'm a business owner and I'm a mother. I said, girl. She was aggravating because I'm a business. I said, first of all, I want no politicians telling me they running this thing like a business. No, that's no man, no ham, no bacon and cheese. I will not trust you if you say you're a business owner. ACM boo. ACM boo. Yeah, she get that steak out. I'm like, girl, what the hell? Because you're a business mother and you're a business owner, your mother. I said, first of all, that's what's wrong with our country now. We y'all really voted this Amish man in our figure country. Because y'all thought, oh, because he had business seed and business seeds, he did go. But no, he's a reality star. Y'all made us a president. Fuck out of here. And he even do his business like correctly anyway. And you think you don't want no figure country or no state and no life, no business. That's not a business. You got to be concerned by your people that you serving. So when people say they got businesses and that's what they good at running, no, I don't want to trust you. And your mother, I said no, that's not good answers for me. So, and then she was like, she want to run a Medicaid office and all that stuff. I said, okay. So the brunch, they have a brunch. Oh no, not the brunch. Oh, they was having brunch, and they would talk about the Met Gala. And it's in the Met Gala. It got some pushback, and they're gonna be pushed back till later on because they gotta get some last minute deals. And they saying that this year to teach Toya a lesson because the last couple of times when they was doing the Met Gala, Toya was giving them a hard time. She didn't want to pay her fee. She wanted to pay her dues. She gave wine, so she had to pay her fee, none of that. And then it was a lot. So she was giving that. So they said to teach her a lesson which is stupid. To teach her a lesson, they say, you know what, we're gonna make you the chairperson of this year. I said, no, you should make her a co-chair, but she ain't no freaking chair. Not around here. So, so they made the chair. So now that she realized how much work is put in it, then she started regret what the decision she made back in the days, and like that. She wanted to apologize, and all that stuff. But then they would talk about some offices. And, I'm jumping around. She was meeting with Jackie. It's like they talk about the website. They said, "Girl, no," because I guess Toya was making it seem like, oh, it was just only it's ours thing now. What was then? It was before. It was that yours, and now it's just ours. She said it was always been about ours. Met Gala was always the group. It was just not one person because it was theirs now. Now just because now it's ours. It said it was always been ours. That's what it was. So I like Toya had, she said, let's do a foundation so we can maybe get some sponsorships, we get some money and stuff like that, and make it legit. So I said that was cute. That's a good idea and whatnot. So when they come in offices and say, listen, we're gonna make Toya CFO, we're gonna make this. I said, don't do that. She just came in and y'all making a shit. Don't make her that appointing role, because I know every people gonna have upset with that. And I said, understand that because they was there for the beginning. They did their work, and then you gonna bring her in here for this time, and then you gonna make her CFO. No. I agree. I said, Jackie, you was messed up. And then when they was Heavily and everybody, especially Heavily was on one a lot. I understand her little frustration with this whole bunch thing. I said, girl, but you need to shut up sometimes. Like, you doing way too much aggravation. I said, girl, what's going on back home? I know you're frustrated your son is not home yet, but if Damon doing something to you because you going to run around like you just a woman who on a leash and you just walking out. So that was that. So they was getting on Toya that. And then we didn't even know what happened. Their monologue, this just changed the whole atmosphere. She said, I gotta say something. Now, what she's saying is not funny. However, I do feel like monologue. What that shift came from, because we were talking about the Met Gala, and then all of a sudden you just wanted to shift it on you and talk about this. So I would say it was no transition period. I would understand they would talk about like motherhood or something like that, or something that leads into that. But you just took it completely off the conversation of Met Gala and went about you, and then you started crying. So now everybody had to look at you and say, why are you crying? Monologue, quad. And then she gave a speech. And that's basically, it's sad that she's saying the egg dashed there, it didn't go through and whatnot. So she was saying she said, I should have listened to you, Jackie, when you told me before to go and do it and freeze the eggs and go ahead and do the big one. And I ain't want to listen to you now. So I should have done it. Now I would say, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do those self-doubt, none of that. Don't feel bad for yourself. And at the end of the day, but my thing is, Quad, this one I want to listen to you with monologue. Listen, boo boo. If this is what you want, you could do it. Maybe not if you don't want to do the IVF treatment. I think I don't know. I don't want to make it feel like she was only doing it because she was with King. But I said, no, girl. If this is what you really want, and that's that, then you could go ahead and do the journey a different way. Maybe not the IVF treatment. Maybe you can do adoption. Maybe do this. So we can see whatever. I don't know how you do go to a sperm bank, sperm donor bank, and whatever, how you want to do it. It's different options if you want to do. Don't do it because you're attached to a man. Please. Because now you and King's not together anymore. And I don't even know if she even continued this journey because I haven't heard, ever since then, we haven't heard anything else of her update on her journey. Now, no, we don't have to. But I saw someone on Facebook. She might jump on a new relationship. I don't know if that's true or not because sometimes I don't believe if people won't post on Facebook. But I said she's in a new relationship with some guy. And I said, can we stop? Claude, can we stop like posting your man on the damn time so quickly? Like, can we have some privacy? I mean, I guess we can because you're a public figure though. But I guess. But I don't know if it's true or not. I just saw it because I don't believe Facebook sometimes. So, so she talked about her treatment. They all consoled her and whatnot. It was a nice moment, and I understand she need that support, and they're gonna be there for her. But if she want to continue on, I would love to see this again next season. If she does continue, she just don't talk about this at all next season and just drop it all completely and whatnot. I'll go side that, but at the same time, it's like, you know what, whatever. And I say, you don't need to, girl. It's okay to be the rich auntie. There's kids out there that need figures. Quad only posted King because hell she couldn't explain that FML. We still don't understand what that FML in that figure class is for. I would think I said your son maybe had a kid and you're a grandmother or something like that. I don't know what's going on. I said you could say that if Damon needs that for him. I said what the fuck he needs some freaking FML baby formula for some freaking cereal whatever he eating. Cause he better get some freaking skim milk or something and call it a freaking day. Unless he's lactose intolerant. As I said, why all that FMLs in your freaking closet for? I said, you're your grandma, don't be proud of it, girl. Don't be ashamed of it. Sure. So Toya apologized for her role. She would say, you know what, I apologize, y'all. I was being difficult. Now I know that I'm on your shoes. Yes, I was being difficult and everything. So maybe call them and say, no, maybe you should do what we did to you. Maybe we should step out this time and then those supports because her and Jackie did a calculation and realized the contribution for each ladies is 2,500 still, and I guess they want to sell 100 tickets or something. I don't know 100 tickets each or 100 tickets at all because I think the Met Gala is not too much so big, but it's going legs, so it's probably 100 tickets each and whatnot, and and 2,500 to win the gala. So I said, okay, cool. So I said, maybe we just sit this one out. And then Heavenly say, well, and then when they did the offices, and she was saying this, and Heavenly got upset. I said, no, I understand. Because I said, what, this girl Betty doing that, give us a hard time, and then you make a CFO. And I blame Jackie, because Jackie, you taking all this decision with Toya. And I think I agree with them. They say you could have had us sit down together, have a committee, minus the new girls, because I think they added new girls in and say this is that thing, and they say I don't know what's going on and what's that, but I guess the new girls gonna contribute with the 2,500, but I don't know what part they will play into it. But the main OGs who started it, the Simone and Jackie and Quad and Heavily and stuff like that was together will be the main officers people. So I guess they say I agree. Maybe we should have everybody sit down, see what the titles are, and see who will do what, or who wants to do what. And then Jackie's sitting there not saying nothing. I said, Jackie, you part of this issue too. Like, speak up, Trick. Yes, I said it. And then Heavily said, Jackie said to me, Toy, you too much to work with. You difficult to work with. And Jackie said, I didn't say that. I said, Jackie, yes, you did. Jackie, yes, you did. Stop it. Stop it. No man, no ham, no making the cheese. Stop acting. Stop. Some Aggie. Don't be Aggie. Don't do that. Yes, you did. You did that. So you be saying stuff. And I said, Heavily don't be saying stuff. I know sometimes she might be going off the mouth and everything, but y'all cannot be saying stuff to her and you'll think she gonna go back. Yeah, I don't know why Jackie said they should let her go a long time ago. They should let her go. They should let microphone go. Should let Heavily go. Heavily's a switch artist, so they're gonna keep her. She got the mouth. So I guess. take a step back, y'all. I said, Jack, you said that because she just gonna go out to say nothing. Because especially if she knows you're gonna do a dig at somebody else, she gonna run tell that. So I didn't say that. I said, yes, you did, girl. You did say Tori probably was too difficult to work with. Mm-hmm. Yes, you did. So it's a couples trip. You know, every year they go couples trip. So you know, Simone said, you know what? This year, me and Cecil, and we are in our marriage right now. We got a little trouble time our marriage, so I don't think it's right for us to freaking do the freaking couples trip this year. So we pass the baton to Toya and Eugene. I said, ooh. I said, Toya and Eugene. I said, okay. I guess that's the only Eugene she should really do it too, because I would not take no freaking marriage right from the freaking Jackie and her dusty ass, mucus ass, Molly, Curtis, whatever his name is. Mucinex Giant. I guess that's the name. And I went, I take no marriage advice from them. I said, goodbye. Okay for you. And who else besides those two? We ain't doing no, we ain't go, they go to give it to the new girls. Brandy husband was only there for like a day. So it was like, Angel boyfriend came in there looking like all stinking, like he had an attitude. I said, why the fuck you came there if you gonna be all toast up in your mouth? You wanted to come there, you in Jamaica, come on, Jamaica, on, get the Jamaica a little cool, and it's like, come on, call it a day. So they gonna do it. So, you know, me was kind of nervous. She was like, Toya, how safe is a fantasy? You definitely said if she was safe and how safe is a fantasy, because I don't know, because she was going one, and I we're gonna be safe being this trip, having Toya one in the group. So it was hesitation. So there was a little apprehension that Toy was in the group. And Angel also felt there. And I understand Angel too, because you know Toy the way how Toy was coming after her like that. So they was a little concerned about, was it Angel or Brandy? Somebody was there. So hesitations. So, you know, Toya told Eugene, even though Toya agreed to Simone, but even before she even asked Eugene when he okay to do the couple trip. But I said, I guess, whatever. I said that you didn't, you agreed to it, and then you asked him what he wanted to do. I said, you already agreed, so why are you asking me now? Sure. If you're gonna do this. So they gonna do Jamaica. I said, all right now. I said, I'm glad you went to Jamaica before Jamaica with their all the issues they you know, the hurricane stuff. So they had a little pleasures, friendship. Would you gonna do this? Or they said next time they do a trip, they should do like an all exclusive trip, because you know, they would say they always had this thing, why if we have a couples trip, a single person on this trip. I said, I agree. You don't have to tell me twice. I don't have to be with y'all. Your prude asses. I'm going to live my single life. Hey, where the noodles at? Where the ninjas at? Where the ninjas at? Y'all go ahead. Go ahead, bye. I'm good, bye. I'll see y'all somewhere else. Sure, I don't want to be all freaking doing all these activities and all these games and all that stuff. And y'all want to go argue. I said, I don't got time. No, I'm good. You don't have to invite me. Yes, I'm a single person out here, and I'm gonna have to do my single life. So y'all enjoy y'all couples, and I see y'all when y'all come back. I don't have to be with y'all. If I do go to the same place, oh well. I see y'all when I see y'all. It's like, you don't have to tell me to try. You ain't gonna make me feel something a type of way about this either. So, shoot. What's your word? Somebody, oh, this is a cup of tree income. I said, okay, I'm good. Thank you. Y'all have a good time. So I said, yeah, next time just call it also or inclusive trip instead of saying couple trip. Because you know, at the end of the day, you're gonna bring the single ones anyway, and they, especially their cast members, Dutch ain't gonna let y'all leave them. Unless they have something else that they can't go to the trip. But most of the time they're gonna go. So you're gonna find a way to bring them and say, listen, everybody's coming, even though it's a couple trip. So start calling it a couple trip now. Just call it all exclusive trip. So Brandy husband Shamar. He's a nice looking guy. I ain't finna. I said, go ahead, Shamar. All right, and they got 4 kids. They got 4 young kids. So they said he was only gonna go there for like a half a day, something like that. So you go all that flight travel. Maybe it's not too much to go to half a day, but at least he made it. He said he agreed to stay behind so Brandy could go to the trip because she's a cast member. I said that's a nice husband. Okay, that's cute. You get brownie points, and so he could come for a little half a day, and then they gonna go back because they want to be there for their children, like first day of school and stuff like that. And that's what it is because they have the youngest kids. Everybody else is like teenagers and everything, so they don't need that much attention or whatnot. So I would say go ahead, y'all do that. He came. I know he knocked the boots out quick because I was like, listen, we in Jamaica. We gonna get to Jamaica. Listen, don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Baby, don't play with it. You better not. We're not playing in Jamaica a lot now. I don't care if nobody hear me either. Well, I'm not a big loud person, but still. We go knock on the boots in Jamaica real quick before we go home. Shoot. Say I ain't lying. Don't be approved around here, Mizzies. We all good around here. So they came to Jamaica for a little good time. Brady, Angel called Bernard, or Bernard called Angel. Exactly right. Chill. Sure. Fuck that little event. We gonna have a little good time. Only little time you in Jamaica for. Chill. Exactly. Run up to him like he's a little kid. I said, hey, baby, hey, you here? Hey. Sure. I see y'all later. Especially when I go home for the kids. I said, we gotta have a little moochie moochie and moochie moochie or stuff like that real quick. So Angel friend Bernard, that's his name? Bernard? I mean, I guess I'm saying the name wrong. Bernard came. No, I don't think his name is Bernard. He sound old. It's a B word. So he gonna be coming, and she was saying, "Hey, I'm in Jamaica. You gonna be coming to Jamaica? You can see each other. You can see what's going on." Cause she want to know what's up. Cause she told her history about him, and I said, girl, oh, that's the name Bernard. Okay, maybe I said it right. I was like, oh, yeah, look like no Bernard, but I guess that's what it is. And she just want to see what's up because she told her history about him. I said, girl, so you want to circle the block? Don't do that. Don't do that. So I guess they gonna do that. They gonna do a little icebreaker of love languages. Hey, I already told y'all my love language. My love language is quality time, and then second is physical touch. But my dominant love language is quality time. You ain't gonna make it fall with me if we don't do that. I don't care how cute you are, how good you did, and how much you communicate. But if we don't have quality time, well, our relationship is not flourishing. So it is what it is. And everybody do a little red flag and blue flag. So Toya asks. So after they did a little icebreaker, Toya asked Mimi about her comment. Mimi said, "No, that's not what I said. That's what I said. This." I said, "Girl, you said what you said. You said they was a save and all that stuff like that. Girl, stand on it. Stand what you said." But you wanted to question how safe it is to Toya. It is what I said. It's fine. You can stand on the question. I said, yeah. I said I didn't feel like it'll be safe around here because the way how you are, how good or safe of you as a friend running this couple trip. I think I messed up. I think I missed. I don't know. Maybe I did. Toya and Damon going back and forth. No, Toya was in the group. She was trying to tell the group what was going to happen, and then Heavily is all interrupting. And then Damon was so freaking soft spoken, was trying to say something, and we didn't really hear him. Or maybe she didn't hear him, and she said, "Let my man talk. Let my man talk. Let my man." I said, "Girl, if you gonna break your aneurysm, like you better calm the hell down. Like we get it." Like, girl, why are you all one with Toya? Like, this is whole back and forth with you and Toya. Like, girl, F out of here. If David wanted to hear be heard, he could just speak louder. Your G was over it. So then they play the game. I rolled my eyes so damn hard. I was like, I don't know why can we not have a dinner where we just eat and just joke. Why are we playing the games all the freaking time? All these shows, all the reality TV shows. That's why I said I can't do the reality TV show. Because I said I'm not sitting here trying to have no games with y'all. Unless I want to play a game. If we're going to play a game, let's play a drinking game. Let's pass the cup. Whoever we're playing music. Whatever the music stop, I take a shot. Like, can we play like that? And have a good time? But all these questions. Who is this? This is this. This is this, that, this and this, that, and it always leads to an argument. Jeff, I would not seen. I said y'all gonna have it. Okay, yeah, come on, play. You know why y'all arguing? Like y'all is whack. It's totally whack. I can't have it. So they had this game. They said who was the silent treatment doing fights? Is it a red flag or green flag for you? They said silent treatment doing fights. They said do a whole pass invocation. They said boundaries and use your boundary as an excuse and not to grow. And then they asked, give us a question, give us a scenario, give me an example, give me an example, Toya. So she will talk about the whole. Yeah, that cat was eating. They said, listen, y'all want to argue? I'm going to be the extra member. I'm the fifth member. I'm the next castmate in Married to Medicine. I know that's that. I'm the kitty doctor. I know that's right. So they would talk about the Toya and Angel. And I said, Toya, yes, you were fucked up. At the end of the day, nobody, she said, yeah, I understand when I was 20 in my 30s, the girl. I said, girl codes go throughout the whole freaking life. It's not just when you were 20 and 30s that you just stop thinking about girls' code. Yes, there's no written rule, book, handbook. But at the same time, it's common courtesy. You don't go to another woman while she want to finger another man and say, oh, girl, I thought you wanted to hook me up with somebody else. Why, who is this? How your bedroom? What's your dick size? What's all that? It's like that. Because you were like this. If Angel was like that, I said, listen, Toya went and her dinner with Eugene. He said, Toya, listen, let me say, because I remember saying, did you get the Viagra? Because what you told me last time. Like, your man was a little short. Mm-hmm. Did you get a little penis pump like I sent you, girl? She wasn't like that. And that's you talk about, oh, yeah, the girls' code is on 20 and 30s. No, she was probably going to fight me then. I said, oh, yeah. Yeah, you never say it was small, but the same, you say it was a bit bigger. So I give you a penis pump. Like, pump it. That could be a private conversation. And I turn it and I say, yeah, I see Damon. I say, oh, hey, Damon, how you doing? Good. Did you use a penis pump on you? Did she use a penis pump on you, Damon? Because, she wanted a little bigger, so I give her a penis pump so you can pump it. You go do little action, whoop, do what you want to do. Like, I give her honey packs and everything. So, yeah, I use that. Oh, they would have had to go, nah, bitch, like first season. So you would have had to fight with me because I would have. Shit, if you want to go around, let's see if you talk about girls code 20, 30 years old anymore then. Or you would say, no, you big a girl code. I thought you said you stopped girls code. I thought you stopped girls code. Oh, now it's girls code because I came up to your face. Somebody gave you a penis pump and a honey pack for your man. Get out of here. F out of here. So you weren't like that. So I don't think you should be coming in here and telling us about some man you supposed to hook her up with. And I got with H. I said, girl, listen, look at me. I don't need anybody to hook me up. I don't have no problem with finding a man. So, girl, you think you doing something and whatnot. So everybody heard to her. Everybody said that. So even Eugene was like, girl, in front of her. Yes. So it was on Toy's side. She wouldn't take no accountability for that whatsoever. So they end the game after that. And then they said, can we have a little Met Gala talk before we go back? I said, oh, no. Oh no. So the Met Gala, they talk, and Tory tried to talk. Heavenly said, "What you got, girl? What you got to say?" I said, Heavenly, can you calm the f down? Like, can you let the girl talk? I know you on one, but then you got all this energy towards Tory. Can you have that energy towards Jackie? Because Jackie made these decisions. And that's why I don't like Jackie, because Jackie's sitting there letting this happen and knowing that you made so many decisions. So having to going back and forth, screaming, yelling, all so the guys over there said, Eugene say no, Talia, let's go. Talking about I don't like y'all screaming at my lady, so like that. So you were trying to say no, so I said no. He was upset. I said, hey, I ain't gonna try to talk to my girl like that. I said, I know that's right, Ian. And so I guess Eugene and Damon gonna have a little one off. I said, I don't know what y'all two. Y'all always bickering and y'all always cool. Y'all always bickering, y'all always cool because your wives is going at it. It's a wives thing, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, Eugene gonna defend his woman, and at the end of the day, and I don't think understand that. He said, I can knock a guy who want to defend his woman because that's what he's supposed to do. Just like Damon, sometimes he defend Dusty ass heavily. But other than that, it is what it is. But then every time somebody want to talk to Damon about them, he always want to get an attitude like he don't want to talk. I said, you go sit your funky ass down, say your little bland ass home. We don't want you, buddy. F out of here. All right, that was Man to Medicine. Any thoughts before we go to Belle Collector? Yeah, I drank a little earlier, so I probably be like hype, y'all. But let's do Bell Collector, y'all. Oh, this is a group of people. So shout out for this season. They did say it gonna be way more episodes this season than last season. Cause I don't know what the hell y'all did last season. Y'all messed them up. For real. For one mess to the next mess. Exactly. Y'all gave them short season last season. This season is twice as long. So maybe we'll see about how many episodes was there last season? Like 7. And then the reunion was 8. So maybe we get like 13, 14 episodes to 15. So maybe we're good. So, Bell Collective. The group is divided, y'all. Y'all think it'll be a group divided? The group has always been divided. It is what it is. So the group is divided between Latrice and Tisha. Who gonna defend? Who going on Latrice's side? Who's on Tisha's side? Got the whole thing between last season with Glenn. Like I said, I'm not really getting upset about those Glenn and Fika Tisha's storyline because at the end of the day, I said this is the same thing over and over. They have the issue of the season, the reunion, they good. Issue of the season, the reunion, they good. Issue of the season, the reunion, good. I said, can y'all stop coming to us with a bull crap out of y'all or say, listen, go, listen, this I'd rather y'all say, no, we just faking the funk, y'all. I'm not leaving this man. He's not leaving me. It is what it is. Especially now that we know what we know now. I said that's why the reason why you staying. Girl, doing all this woman empowerment brunches. So I said, girl, you better not do no more freaking brunches and all that woman empowerment, all that stuff like that. Because you, girl, how the fuck you gonna power somebody that you don't even power your damn self? All these years thinking that you got like this, you the boss woman when you freaking relying dependency on him. I know that's why he acting the way he acting. Because it's my money. You wasn't working and doing nothing like that. And now you're on the show, you still don't got nothing for yourself, girl. Get out of here. I was so annoyed when she told us all her details. I said, oh no, you should have kept that. You should have kept that. You should have made another fake storyline or something like that. You should have kept that. Now this not fake, but because the finance ain't fake, girl. Because you was dependent. That's why I said, girl, if you was got this boss, you was independent like yourself, you wouldn't never need this guy. But whatever. Glenn go do what he's doing. I believe he was on that DMs on those swap. Even though I don't think he did. I don't think he did anything further than what it is. I don't know. Because he did that before in his first season. He was slopping and sticking and sliding the way people was doing. So at the end of the day, all I know is probably some flirtations. He should never entertain Amanda and whatnot. So Latrice said Tisha's blocked everything. She blocked her Instagram. She blocked her TikTok. She blocked her Twitter. She blocked her phone number. She blocked her Facebook. She blocked her message. She blocked her Kick. She blocked her Snapchat. She blocked her everything. Blockity block on Threads. So it's mutual between them. They haven't seen each other since the reunion. I said that's good. Don't fake the funk. I don't like you, don't like me. It is what it is. Because at the end of the day, Tisha, your problems with Glenn, and you wanted to take it out on freaking Latrice. Like at the end of the day, like I said last season, if I was Latrice and that question got brought up, I would have shut that question down. I said, no, y'all ain't having that. No, we ain't doing that question. And the story, no, who wrote that question? And then don't play with me. Who wrote this question? This question not being answered. Don't answer this question. Next question. Next. So Tisha having a talk show. I said, girl, what is this? Now you try to have too many incomes. You wanted to have this brunches. Then you a Bears Barsman. Then you have this Letitia Enterprises. And then you drop the Ferris Street. So now then you got this freaking talk show you want to come up with. I said, girl. And then you know her guest was? I escaped that show for a reason. I don't care about no freaking Teletubby in my freaking screen. No. Who the hell asked for Teletubby? Those who watch my reviews know who the hell Teletubby is. When I used to review that show. So she asked Teletubby to come on the show. Teletubby said her little thing. And I was like, whatever. Then she talked about her Glenn and how she's dependent on Glenn. And then she wants to elevate. So I said, oh, you dependent on Glenn? This one, she told us that, yes, throughout all this time, I was dependent on Glenn's finance. It was his finance that I needed to depend on. He was paying for everything. He was doing this, he was doing that, and so that. I said, oh. That's why he was upset when he quit his job and you didn't have no health insurance. I said, go, you have your own health insurance? Like, not from this company. Like you on, what? You ain't get no health insurance for the company network or nothing? They use the money, they get your own stuff. Yeah. Okay. Now she want to elevate. I said, girl, you got to continue elevating. So Marie told her daughter Zuri that she's not with her father anymore. I said, I could told you that, Zuri. Marie. I don't know what's going on, Marie. I'm not saying she had to deal with that white the guy she was doing last season, the white guy. But she was having fun. And you should have kept on doing having fun. I don't know what convinced you in your right mind that you thought Cedric was this turnaround guy and it's gonna be your redemption with him. You should have left that ass a long time. You should have left him where he was at. Because I said, ain't no way you gonna try to convince us that he's changed that quickly and he stopped communicating on the girls or stopped doing this. Oh well, girls. I'm gonna let you have it, girl, because you keep telling us that he went back to his ex-girlfriend. But I said, okay, I'm gonna let you have it, because his ex-girlfriend. Now I'm not calling him, hey, I'm just saying he's not just dealing with only girls, but whatever. He communicated with his ex-girlfriend, and he never stopped communicating. She found a text messages that he could still communicate with her and whatnot. So she said, you gotta get out my house, leave. and she kicked him the curve. I said, you should never suck on the block. I don't know what convinced you to did that. I said, girl, you also was lonely. Girl, don't see no hymns anymore. Don't see no lonely hymns in your house. Go out and have a good time. And do not circle the block with Cedric again. Now he coming last season, act like he's a holy pastor Cedric, and everybody looking at him like he's a guy like that. He's a word in the reunion. That's a goodbye. Now, boy, Bailey was in any reunions before, and then he would come to that reunion like he reclaimed his spot and then dog you again. I said, girl, you stupid. I said, I don't feel bad for Monique. I said, you should have did that. You did that to yourself. So Kerry Paul, because I know I don't say her only Kerry. I said Kerry Paul. All right? Because I don't know. I just like saying it. So Kerry Paul celebrate her 44th birthday party, and she want to have a party. She writing on the bells, and she want to have a Love Jones theme. I said that's cute. So she came with her husband Matt, nice eye candy, and then go to the event, and she was saying her Brick and Spoon mobile spot is not good. It's not doing well. I said, well, you got 2 successful businesses, so you don't even need this brick and mortar. So just let it go or whatnot, or find a way to turn it around. But other than that, so Glitter teacher is talking. I said 44. Yes. Yeah, 44. So Glenn and Tisha was talking. They went to the counselor with Mr. Steve. And then Tisha basically said she want her Miss Independence. Tell me what you think about me. I buy my own diamond and I buy my own rings. You ain't do none of that. You ain't buy none of that. Because according to you, his money. Shoes on my feet. You didn't buy it. Girl. Now he cannot fathom that she want to be Miss Independent all of a sudden. Question. So he can't see it. She always supposed to be a traditional mother, traditional wife. Don't want her to leave him. I was like, listen, see, y'all need to stop with this. I want a traditional man. If it works, it works. But I'm telling you, a lot of men want them, because when they come to traditional, they don't want to just traditional, because it's like, oh yeah, make it all the break, bring on the bacon and whatnot. And they would do the old kind of days. When a man make it work, he could cheat on his wife, and then she ain't doing nothing. She got to depend on him. She can't work and all like that. I said, no, woman, you work now. You do a lot of things. You got more freedom. So no, you don't have to be staying in the house if you don't want to do all that. If that's not what you want to do. But I'm telling you, if you agree to that, doing that now in your 20s, he will hold you to that to your 50s, 40s, 60s. He ain't changing. And they're having a hard time to elevate with you. When you want to elevate, they don't want to elevate. They stay stagnant. Guys go stick with the same routine with you for years. So don't switch up on you, because they're going to start acting funny. So now you will not be a traditional mother for all this time, depending on his finance, to be in a stay on whatever mom you are. And now he can't take it. Where my girls, Drew, Cameron, D, and Destiny, Charlie's Angels. He don't want you to be a Charlie's Angel, so I don't know how you want to do that, girl. So Clifford Latrice, that taste. She didn't have a staff meeting, whatever. And then she got invited to Kerry Paul party, and she said she had to get her surgery on her leg because she had a blood clot. They found blood clot on her leg, so that's like serious. Glad she's able to. I said, I don't know what she getting a blood clot. Maybe she would get a blood clot with maybe too much shoes or something like that. I don't know, but that's what it was. Glad she's still here, because that could have been service. They could have took her legs, but glad she's still here and she's good. But she got to take that seriously. So Tisha. Oh, Tisha, Shantae, and Marie. Shantae is Tisha's friend. I said, why you brought her here? You brought her what? You brought her to what? As a backup. Okay. So she said she don't want to do it again with Glenn. And I would say, listen, I don't know what you. Let's say so. When we talk about her friend Cedric again, and they say go eat before they go to Kerry Paul party because they don't know what the hell Kerry Paul. And I said, Marie and Tisha, y'all have a weird relationship because at the end of the day, y'all need to be really real with each other and say, girl, I understand that, but I said I don't know why you want to circle the block with Cedric. I love you, girl, but you should never circle the block with Cedric because he's not gonna change. What make you think he will change? And I also Tisha to Marie, and Marie would say, Tisha, I said, girl, you've been doing this guy for years and years and years, back and forth, back and forth. Either you step out and leave his ass just like that, or shut it up and just stay. Because you complain about it, what? You're not leaving the man. Like, I don't want y'all to be real friends with each other and just call it up. Because y'all being little kitties with each other. I said, no, call it straight. Kitty gloves. That's that kitty gloves. Like, come on. Selena, she said she got hot flashes, she got family, she got 50th birthday party, she's planning the wedding, so she doing her. I said, go ahead, Selena. Tampa Cherie, let's about got the little attitude, and 2 years out. And you may not hear it say Tampa, so I can't really use Tampa voice that much because you do baby here for the thing. But Tampa. So Kerry Paul birthday party and she had celebration. So Cliff had to stay by his one because she's like, listen, if I beefing with Tisha, you beefing with Glenn. Period. I don't want you to talk to him. I don't want you to see him. I don't want you to have matching outfits. I don't want you to have to explain no DMs. I want you to do none of that. You better have none of that with him because I'm not playing. So like Cliff got to stay by his wife, but he was like, damn. So Glenn is talking to Cliff. He said, listen, my wife don't want to talk to you and it's like that. He said, why you don't want to talk to you? It's like, listen, this whole thing between those two, don't know what's going on. So Trisha saw Glenn and Cliff talking. She said, come on, let's go. I said, oh, no, he's not a little man. He's not a little kid. She didn't have it. She said, we got to go. I love you, Kevin Poor, but I'm kind of staying here. No ma'am, no him, no him bigger the cheese girl, because I'm not staying here with this girl. Nah. I said, don't let this girl Tisha press you to leave Latrice. Come on, girl. You know better than that. You ain't talking to her. She ain't talking to you. So just get a little bit. So Kevin Poole convinced him to stay, and they could stay. They stayed. So Mike read his poem to Selena, and it was cute, whatever. And then Glenn came and did his poem. I said, you know what, Glenn? I'm tired of Glenn. He always do this little grand stint, and I hate when y'all do that because sometimes men know that a woman's not feeling for them right now, or they know that his girl that he wants to propose to will not accept the proposal or whatnot, but he would still do the grand gesture in front of family and friends to force you to say yes, to force you to say one everything. So, because you put you on the spot, because if you put you on the spot, everybody looking at you, and then everybody will think you the bad guy. He does that numerous times, and a lot of men does that. They know that you're not in a good space with the woman, and they will do grand acts of gestures in front of people. And people, like a lot of people like to be pick-me's or men identify people. So they would say, oh my God, he's proposing. He did a poem, girl. He did a poem, girl. I want my man did that to me. He did a poem, girl. Say you love him, girl. Why you hesitating? Say you love him. Say you love him, girl. He's a good man, Savannah. So he did his poem. And he said, you love me, say you love me. So the teacher said, everybody said, girl, say you love him. Say it. This is say it. This is say it. Everybody watching, looking at you saying, say you love him. And I said, you know what? So I said, you know what you're doing. Because now you put her on the spot. So she has to say it. So she said, I love you. I said, oh yeah, whatever. Because I would have stomped that hell out that motherfucking room. You know what? Get the hell. You know, give my keys. Give all this. Come on, y'all. I ain't playing. I ain't saying what. Say I love you what? You know we ain't out of this space. Are you for real? Or this what we doing? So whatever. So she was not feeling it. I said I was not feeling it either because he felt that I love you was not genuine to say it. I said, God, you force her to say it, so she gonna give you what she give you. So Friendsgiving brunch. I said, girl, you better stop doing this brunches because according to you, you got no bank account. Friendsgiving brunch. She says brunch. She does this every year. I'll tell you one thing. You better make sure your place is clean. Got you good utensils. The food is hot and warm. Good. So all invited. She invited everybody to there. So here goes Shantae. So Latrice, I said, Latrice said, I don't got to answer to you. I'm not answering none of your questions. You know what? I said, Latrice, I know that's right. Because I said, I don't know who you are for. I said, who is you? And I don't have to answer another motherfucking thing for you. I said, girl, I don't know you. She said, yeah, you don't have to answer, but I said, no, Dan, you answer the question, and I'm not answering it. So get out my face. So Tisha was doing her meeting with her team. She said she want to have a focal group to see how to gauge about her talk show and her feedback and stuff like that. And we'll. So she talked to Shantae, and she told Shantae, she listen, I don't want you to think that I send you to fight my battles. I don't need nobody to fight my battles. I said, no, it's right, because they go think, Latricia gonna think that you sent her to come after her. Because she said, that's your MO. So Sean said, girl. I said, okay, girl. So Latrice, Selena, Amanda's talking, you know, Latrice was telling her that Tisha contacted her ex-employees. Now, do y'all believe Tisha did that? Because I was like, you know what? Based on Tisha's history and how she like to play like she don't be involved, and knowing that we come to find out she was involved. Is that see how I believe you or not? Oh, I'm clear. And I said, I believe she did that. I believe she did contact her ex-employees. I don't know how to what extent, but I believe she did. I do. Because she did that, remember Tampa, and trying to act like she wasn't involved, and then she realized how much far it was. I said, who the hell told you I convinced her to go to Tampa X? You, Marie. That's why I came for Marie then. I was like, girl. Other stuff. She does other sneaky stuff. And the Trish probably do some sneaky stuff too. But it is what it is. These girls, at this moment, they don't care for each other anymore. So, I can't. I guess it's all no rules to the game when you hate each other, right? So I believe she did contact her ex-employees and try to get information about Latrice and whatnot. It is what it is. So Latrice said she gonna opt out of going to the Friendsgiving thing. She was gonna go, then Selena talked her into it, and then she backed out again. So she said flowers to Tampa, which is those fake flowers and everything. I said, well, I guess the thought is candles. Right. So Kerry Paul is telling the ladies that Marie and Cedric's not together. So Marie said, I didn't say Kerry Paul as my messenger or my mouthpiece, but she confirmed, yes, me and Cedric's not together anymore. And it was like that. So Matt and Glenn met up, and then Matt just wanted to see how Glenn's feeling because he felt like he could feel the energy that Glenn's going through something. So he wanted to be there for him as a married man. So they played basketball. Glenn kisses behind, and then they want to try to see where it's going to stand in his marriage. And they talked about that. Glenn appreciated that Matt is there for him as he needs it. Selena birthday party. Selena does look nice coming to Jessica Rabbit style dress and outfits and everything. It was cute with her man. And then Glenn tried to kiss Tisha, and Tisha was like, I know you ready to dodge your kisses like little Kim. Child. You better dodge your kisses. She was dodging those kisses left and right. So he said, damn. So he think that Tisha's giving mixed signals. And I say, you know what? I think she is. Because this episode feel like she is giving me mixed signals. I said, girl, if you're going to stand on one thing, stand on one thing. I feel like you say this one thing because you know it make us look good. It sounds good for you to stand on business. But then you falter and go back. Yes, I am, boo. Yes. And then stand on business. And then go back and do something different. So I think that it's messed up because I think you said, I hate you. You don't want to talk to me. I love you. And then in the back of the house with everybody not watching, like, Glenn, I love you, boo. Let me massage your bed. Let me give you massages. Let me look at your feet. Let me go. Let me do 3 or 4 tonight. Like, let me swing on the pole like a lot. Like, let me do like a Mimi do. Like, can I do all that, Glenn? And then when I start in the public eye, she hate his guts and she don't want to do nothing with him. So that's I think he's sentiment. I think that because at the end of the episode, I agree. I said, girl, you did all that and then going around calling him. You didn't let me say what I said. You didn't let me answer. Why you not answer? Like, girl, what the hell you calling him? You put your foot down. So I said, you did all that and then you go backtrack and now you chasing after him. I'm like, bye. So we get to that when we get to that. So they went outside. I said, Selena, I don't know why y'all do this. Have people hash out differences at your event. I do know, yes, we all know it's a reality TV show. We do know the production sometimes probably want them to hash things out in an event, tell them what they got to say and whatnot, probably tell them to go to this event and y'all have to hash it out. So I do know sometimes it may be what it was expected. But that's why I say I can't do that. Since I'm not having y'all here and I'm not discussing nothing about y'all issues at my 50th birthday party. I want to shake my ass and drink and cut up. It was my 50th birthday party. I don't got time for y'all. We can have another sit down and talk about that, but not in this party. So everybody looking nice with their black on, and then y'all want to go outside and have this little whole huge altercation. Now, I thought they was going to save that altercation to the end of the season because usually they do that. But I said, good, they have it now, and then we got to look at the aftermath. So Tisha apologized. She said, you know what? I don't want you to think that I wanted to send Shantae to you because I don't need nobody to fight my battles. I can fight my own little battles and whatnot. So I don't want to let you know that I did not send her. I had a conversation with her. I told her not to do that, and I could address you on my own. I don't need no one to fight me for my battles. So I said, okay, cool. So Latrice said, okay, girl, whatever. Because I know you full of bullshit because it's like that. You be contacting my employees. And Tisha denied it. Tisha denied it. And you know what's funny? I said, yes, you did. Because you know what's funny? Let me tell you. So she's denying it. So they going back and forth, right? And then Tisha, I said, Latrice said, you know what? Probably Latrice is done with Tisha. Because she said, because you did, B. Because you did, bitch. And I said, oh, that B was hard. That was a hard beat. Because I'm not one of those bees that you call like, hey, B, girl. No, he said, hey, you did, B. So I was like, oh, my gosh. So everybody said, ooh. He said, you better not call me a bitch. And then we going back and forth. And, you know, Glenn came outside. And so they're cutting up. I think before Glenn came out. They're cutting up. And then when they was talking, she said, they said call Josh. Josh was one of the ex-employees that Latrice had. Call Josh. While she called Josh and had Josh on the phone, Tisha brought her phone. She said, "Hold up, nah." So what? On this day here, we talked like I said, "Girl, I thought you didn't contact her. I thought you didn't contact her. How the hell you denied it the whole time?" And then all of a sudden, when she called Josh, then you can put it up in your receipts in your phone. I said, "Girl, you contact him. Whether you contact you or you calling him or he called you, y'all was in communication. Because all of a sudden now you have receipts in your phone after you say you did not contact him. So you said, I don't even know his last name. You don't have to know his last name when you can pull up receipts and you have a conversation with him on your phone. So you did contact the ex-employee. I was so annoyed. I said, "Girl, how the fuck you denied it and you pulled up receipts that quick in the camera?" I said, "Did nobody caught that?" I was like, "Hold on, you pulled the receipts out." Whether receipts is malicious or not, you still have communication. So you told us you didn't contact them when you did contact them. So they had that. And they came out, keep it separated. He didn't want nobody to come up with his thing. She said, "See what Glenn did that? That's the man I wanted. That's the man that I married." I said, "Yeah, he got to do the bare minimum. What the hell? You think any man gonna let their wife try to get jumped or beat up outside? No, they're gonna try to take you away from the situation and defend you a little bit. At least they don't hit the women and remove." Nobody's spouse for what their spouse fighting outside like that. No, they're gonna try to diffuse the situation if they could, unless it's a couple against couple or something. I don't know. So I said, "Girl, you like the bare minimum. Anybody gonna do that for their spouse. Doesn't mean they still care for you like that. They probably care for you, but it doesn't mean they respect you." But let's move on. So Marie, Tisha, Shantae talk, and they was Shantae was asking Marie, "Where you at?" Marie said, "I was right there." Marie was there, but whatever. So they would say they have her back. She said, "I do have Tisha back." So Marie said, "Listen, I'm gonna do what you did to me. I'm gonna stay in the middle because I'm in the middle. Tisha is in the middle between Latrice and Marie thing, and they beef started from season 1, and they just now becoming good terms and becoming cool. So now that Latrice and Tisha is going back and forth, so Marie said, "I'm going to be in the middle of this." Now she did say the receipts didn't mean anything, but I was like, "Listen, I don't know. I don't care. We didn't see the receipts because we do know sometimes Tisha like to bring some receipts up that doesn't really explain nothing, and knowing that it was other receipts." Just like the reunion last season, she brought some dusty ass receipts. I said, "No, that's not the receipt they was referring to." But whatever, you gonna let it fly, huh? So Tambra and Latrice is gonna be Selena's bridesmaid for her wedding. I said, "That's cute. That's nice." So Latrice make up her celebration for Selena. Brought her, I think, a couple of people, like Marie over. I think, and some other girls later on there as well. Marie, Tambra, Latrice, and Selena. Yes. And then Kevin Paul, right? And she probably asked Selena because she said, "I didn't want you to get out, I want to mess up the event and like that." And decided a lot of things had to come out. So Kevin Paul told her parents, they came over and whatnot. And that mother was no joke. She was like, she gave tough love, and Kevin Paul wanted more than tough love, and that mother was not giving it to her. She said the moment still not doing it. The mom said, "Sell it." What do you want me to say? You don't want to be nice? You don't want to come and hug you, girl? You don't want to come hug you? Sell it. The mom offered nothing else. She just said she ain't bat no eye. She ain't waste no breath. She just said, "Quickly sell it." And then she said something else. K-Ball said, "I probably wanted to hug. I probably want to say everything gonna be all right." That mom said, "I ain't saying none of that. You gonna get that with somebody else. You better be the mom. Because this mom ain't saying that." I know that's why Kevin Paul's mom. So Tisha and her mom talk. And then we come to find out more stuff. So not only that she was always dependent on Glenn, even with all these businesses she was doing, she want to keep Glenn in her professional life because I think that's part of one of the reasons why it was going on. Because I think he was blending into some of her personal, her professional things, and she want to keep him out of that. So I said, that's fine. That's what it is. And we're going to find out that her mom had to get Tisha her line of credit to get her own credit card. I said, so all this time you had no damn credit card, girl? How you have businesses and you got no credit card? And her mom had to tell her when she got with Glenn, and she said, you should have your own bank account. You always should have your own bank account. I don't think no one, whoever, what mother, no guy, girl, whatever, you in a relationship, I think each partner should have their own bank account. Beat me. You could have a joint account, but I think each partner should have their own separate bank account because you never know what happened. If it's something don't go right, you can leave what you have, you can leave what you have, and then whatever you made in that marriage, you have to split that up. Other than that, no, unless you sign the paperwork, that's something different. But I said, so you didn't have no bank account. You said you didn't want to have your own because Glenn gonna feel something about that. I said, fuck Glenn. What the fuck he needs to know about that? He don't need to know what's going on, and he don't need to know need to have any say about have my own bank account. I said, oh girl. Cliff cover hole. It was so funny that Teresa's cooking her food and a lot of ingredients was expired. I said, girl, you gonna have them bubble guts. You gonna have them freaking sick. Girl, you better just order. You should have just ordered out something. You have expired butter. You have expired this. You have expired that. I said, girl, what the hell? Everything expired. What the hell? And it was not no 1 or 2 days expiring. It was something like, yes. I said, oh no, girl. And then she cooked the steak in some freaking pan that's not even cleaned well. I said, oh, child. She said, you'll be all right. I said, oh, child. So they had a little talk to her. I don't think he really appreciate Glenn coming for his wife and all that stuff like that. So I guess they might have a conversation later on. So I said, she said how little low he think of you. He said the confessionals when y'all had a little last scene. He said the only time she should give me attention is that she want dick or money. I said, ooh. I said, ooh. I said, oh girl. He said that about you. He said he called you a 3 or 4. He didn't say that, but it is what it is. He said, oh, you're a 3 or 4 girl. You're a 3 or 4. So she always felt like he never wanted her to advance. He always wanted her under him. He always thought she was supposed to be a traditional. You agreed to be a traditional wife, so you should be a traditional wife. I work, bring home the bacon. You stay home, take care of the kid, and do whatever you got to do. And no, you're not supposed to work. You're not supposed to be independent on the side. And it's what it is. If you do work your business, it's got to be. I had to be involved and whatnot. So she said she felt like she had a sin above her head. So she said, you know what? I want to be celibate. And he said, what? You don't want to fuck? You trying to tell me you don't want to fuck your husband? She said, no. You didn't give me a chance to explain. I said, what's your chance to explain? And celibacy means you know how to refrain from having sexual intercourse with your husband. Maybe you can have the intimacy part, but the sexual part, like it's penetration, is not existent. No. So he didn't want to do that because he said, if we're not sticking, we ain't freaking. And he said, you tell me you don't want to fuck your husband. She said, celibate. So now he walking out and getting mad. She calling his phone. See, that's the mixed signals there. You're gonna say, you didn't let me get explained to talk to you. You didn't explain what I mean. I said, what you mean in my celibacy? You say you want to be celibate. He took it there. You don't want to fuck him. So it is what it is. Ain't nothing explained. It's called what it is. You want to stand on it. Then you constantly calling him and calling him and calling him and calling him. I said, girl, what the hell are you chasing him? You stand on your own. He reacted, and now you keep calling him and try to explain yourself. I said, girl, that's just the mixed signals. Stop it. You sound like you looking crazy. But that was Belle Collector. Anything else about y'all before we move on to Traitors? All right. I had notes on the last couple of episodes of the Traitors, but I'm not going to read the notes. At the end of the day, it is what it is. The show is on. I'm just going to talk about the season and talk about how I feel about the point that I last stopped the review up to then. All right. The Traitors season 4 US season, y'all. How y'all feel about it? Y'all know it's good? Y'all know it's not good? Do you agree with the winner? Do you do not agree with the winner? I will say this. Congratulations on Rob for winning. Because how the season was going, y'all handed him the win. And that's that. And it's crazy that the Faithfuls could have won the season. They could have won the season. But no, a few of them still didn't want to believe that sweet, sweet man couldn't be no traitor. More of a yes, you are dumb. And I said it. Yes, Mizzle said it. I don't care what nobody said. Started out good for me, then turned. Yes. Because I feel like this is the problem is. Because we're going to talk about season 4. The problem is that the Traitors, when they was working together, they was getting rid of a lot of the small people that could have, don't know, that could have figured things out. But for their game, it was best to get rid of them. So it was getting rid of a lot of the good players. And then when it came to that Natalie and Lisa thing, Rob led the charge on Lisa to get her out. You voted for her, they led the charge on Lisa and everything. And then all of a sudden, it just shifted from there. Because Rob decided to betray his own traitors. They coached them, and then when the Candace left, it just went dry from there. It just went dry. Boring, whack. It just went dry. Because the faithful was a faithfulness. Well, the faithful probably was faithful, and they was a smart faithfulness. They was a smart, they was dumb. Because they ain't pick up the clues. And I'm glad that Natalie said in the reunion that goes, stop on that, Mark. You try to have those long explanations. We don't need no long explanations. At the end of the day, we did not pick up the clues that she gave us, especially when we found out she was a known traitor. And while she was messing up her game, now that we know the outcome, yes, she messed up her game by coming at the Rob twice to give y'all hints. I hope y'all picked it up, and y'all did not pick it up. Did not pick it up at all. So we're coming too late. And then when y'all had the chance, and I hear people saying that, oh, Tyler didn't have the numbers. I said Tyler did have the numbers. Let me tell you this. Even with the two guys. First of all, y'all should have never kept Raw when he know he had the threat of that 2 daggers. That's one. Y'all should never really get them for that. But whatever. So out of that, when Tyler came to Natalie, said, Rob is a traitor. Rob is a traitor. So they figured it out so late, last minute. Rob is a traitor. And then Maura, she was a lost cause. She was a lost cause. Because she a pinky promise. We kind of find that out. We're gonna lost her later. She was a lost cause. But Mark was hell bent on Eric, but he didn't believe Rob. But when they were talking to Mark said you had good, solid, competitive evidence, and yes, that'd be true. I feel like Mark could have been swayed on that round table if they would have had bound together. Johnny would have stand with Tyler and Natalie, and Mark could have be persuaded and voted for Rob. The only person who would not have voted for him would have been Mara and Eric. And maybe they could have had a tie vote and they could have voted again. And they come another time, they would go by chance. But someone in Shimon, it could have had been him out. But no, when Natalie came forward, Tyra just chicken shit. She just taking that chicken out. She just chicken out. And that was crazy. And I said, she had the numbers. She had numbers. She could have the numbers. Mark was not. He was not convinced that Rob. But I feel like if y'all would have had evidence and y'all would stood together, I think he would have had turned. It would have been more what y'all were not doing. And then the fact that you had to rely on Mora at the end, because she wasn't the deciding factor, was stupid. And y'all had lost the game. Y'all should have stood up. So when Natalie couldn't get the thing, I was so happy Natalie did what she did to Tara, because Tara could not took it. They hung Natalie out to dry. Exactly. Hung out to dry. And then Natalie realized Tara backed out on her, and Natalie gave her the death stare of the gods. She was giving the death stare, and Tara was like, Natalie is just glaring at the hole in my face. I can't take it. No, I can't. Natalie's glaring. Natalie was not playing with me. I said, you freaking play with me? I told you not to play with me. Like, I told you not to do that, and you did that to me anyway. So I'm gonna give you this 3rd-degree burn, and you gonna feel it. She was not playing with that. I was so happy. Tyra was like, that's why she said, oh my gosh, Natalie was on. And then they got Natalie. And that was so that, you know what? That was the best up. When they got Natalie, they fucked up their chances. But they could still have won. They could still have won. If they could have turned Moore, and Moore was not the person to get turned. She was not. She was not the person to get turned. And they could. And it's crazy because it's like she didn't want to believe that Eric was a thing. And we bonded. It was so. It was too much. It was like, gosh. Yeah, they took the Candace hit because he's a sweet, sweet man. I will always get Krista no freaking 3rd degree for that. I said, Krista, shut up. How his sweet innocence can make him not a traitor. And this, I'm going to talk about how I feel about some of the people, how they do the antics, how they do strategies. I'm going to talk about that later. Because I was saying some of y'all do way too much when it comes to traders, and y'all just do one finance option and discard something else where you should not do that. So when they did that, so the sweet, sweet man cannot be it. So when they got Natalie out the way, and then it was like, oh my gosh. And then they had the murder. They murdered Mark. I said, let go this one. She always will get the 3rd degree for me. I ain't playing. So they murdered Mark, And Mark could have been like, I feel like they cut Mark a little bit. Maybe he would have been persuaded. He probably would have been persuaded and got out. But no, they had to let him go because he was too smart. Well, I don't know if he was that smart, but he was getting on Eric. So they had to let him go. So I said, oh, now it's down to Maura, Tyra, Johnny, Rob, and Eric. And now Johnny and Tyra had the epiphany of the lifetime and said, oh my gosh, Rob and Eric. Robert Eric. So now you wait till the last minute to figure that out. Wait till the last effing minute to figure that out. I shall bat you in the freaking face. And now they try to wiggle their way to trying to talk to Amara. I said Mara's a lost cause, y'all. She was a dumb trick. So y'all don't know what to tell. She was so freaking happy to one of the sunset with Rob or the Snake Wrangler. Cause she didn't want to be like she convinced him to think that she was gonna go on that way. Like the first time, she would convince him to think that Eric was the traitor, so he would go lead him on. I said both times they had rested on freaking Maura, the girl who only cared about her fashions and didn't care about nothing else. So I was like, at that round table, they almost had it. If Maura would have went over with Eric, then they would have had the numbers to have got rid of Rob. They would have had the numbers. But no, Maura went for Johnny. Because you think Johnny was a traitor. I said, girl, what kind of evidence were you hearing at that table that you had to go to Johnny? I said, oh, child. I said, oh my gosh. I said, oh, bye, Tara. You done, girl. Because it's 2-2. It's a traitor gonna win. Johnny was the savior grade. So now it's down to final four. Everybody put red. Tara got voted out. Then people put red again. One person put green. And then more put green. And then Rob and Eric put red or something like that. When Rob put red, Eric's face was like, I said, maybe you need to get your ears, your eyes checked severely. And you need to get a surgery for common sense and deduction and clues and contacts. Maybe you need to go back. Probably read some mystery books or detective books. Because I'm on your dusty ass. Because I don't know how the hell you thought when you saw that he went against his other two traitors, when you saw that it was two traitors that he got rid of and led the charge, you think he was going to do that to you? Especially when you find out he was a traitor? When you got recruited? And you saw the whole thing went down between him, Candace, and Lisa? Like, stop it. So pick up your face and go home. Because you thought you will slip the plot of the boys. I said, no, Rob wanted to win on his own, which is rightfully so if he wanted to do so, but stand on it. So, and then Maura. Maura said, I'm a paper. I'm a paper. And I lied to you like I wrote you. She thought it was going to be a city girl today. She thought she was going to be a city girl that night. I said, oh, snap. Make a video. And I lied. She thought she was a city girl that night. She thought she was going to get someone. Because that I'm unfaithful. And listen, that's what I tell you. That everybody gets in our finale getting dressed up. And his dusty bum eyes don't think that he could do anything else. He could rest on his mediocre, loosely paper privilege and come with figure jump in the TikTok. I said, oh, what the hell? Ooh. Right. If I were more, I said right the other day, I said, oh no, he's a traitor. With fashion alone, you're a traitor. I don't know, man. I don't need no logic. I don't care if you are faithful or not. Based on what you wore, you was a traitor. I would discriminate. No, you ain't get dressed up in no certain tie. None of that. You want to jump in a TikTok, you're a traitor. I said, Adam, no, let me vote right now. I'm going to put his name down. I don't care what you say and not. I don't need all that conversations. Can I vote? And I know he's a traitor because where he wore. Now, that would have been so freaking, that would be entertaining. That boy would just have the fashion sense of the guards that ended the freaking round table and say, you know what? You're a traitor just the way you dress. I don't need no logic. Just let's write his name down. Eric wrote his name down. Let's call it a day. And let's, no, but she would have still lost anyway. If everyone, she was still lost, but still, hear him out. But you gonna say? He said, "I've always been a traitor." She was like, "Yeah, yeah." No, I'm sorry, it's traitor. I'm sorry. It's like I feel like, are you serious? Are you not joking? He said, "No, I'm not joking." Oh my God, I'm so dumb. I'm just so dumb. I'm just so stupid. I'm so dumb. I thought I was gonna be a city girl. I thought I was gonna run in the sunset. I thought I got my man. I thought I had somebody. I'm so dumb. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to leave. Let me go home. No, ma'am, no ham, no bacon and cheese. Don't even talk to me. I don't care. Don't talk to me anymore. I don't want to hear it. I'm just so dumb. I look at my fashion dress and look at you look like that, and you gonna tell me you a traitor? You pinky promise? You pinky promise? I said, oh, he took a pinky promise, girl. So it took a pinky promise. I said, girl, you a child? Yeah, I'm cutting them, y'all. I don't care. It's traitors. I don't care what somebody say. And I don't care what nobody say. Y'all will say what I will say. I said, it took a picket. It's a picket promise, Gua. It took a picket promise for you to stick locking. Because I said, I'm good. I don't know what convinced you to trust him so quickly because y'all were from Long Island. Y'all was even on the same season. Y'all was even in the same freaking country. Or the same continent. I think she was in UK, right? And she here was US. Y'all was in the same continent. So what the hell you talk about? Y'all kinship. Now I get it. I know I get it because housewives stick together and the gamers want to stick together sometimes. So Love Island, we Love Island is fine, but it should not be blind, loyal trust. So you're done. So out of all said and done, she got eliminated. He woo, and then Rob said, "Will you want to split 100K with somebody you just met 3 weeks ago?" So he said no. So I said, okay, so you wanted to win on your own, which is fine. Like we do know sometimes traders do betray each other. We understand that. That's not the problem. The problem that people have with the season that I have that people don't feel and understand that he did not need to do so to win. When he's saying that it was a sinking ship. I said, I understand why you convinced it was a sinking ship when there was no sinking ship. Y'all was dominating. Let's say Lisa was a lost cause. You could continue to do what you did. They would have had a guy Latterly out. And then maybe Lisa probably would have gone home. Or not. But it was no sinking ship. There was no call for Candace to do what she did. It was a call for anything if you would have not let the charge and jump forward and everything. And all that stuff. So, yeah. So now we're in the reunion. I did all my dramatics, all that stuff for the show. It is what it is. So I did a reunion. First of all, that reunion was whack. I said, I need y'all to stop using the same people. Can we get somebody who really loves Traitors to really go? Y'all could have had Bob the Drag King and freaking what's his name? Bobby, whatever his name is, from the Survivor, who was a Traitors for last season, on this host the reunion. They could have co-host. Oh, it's too much for the little podcast in the host. Is it? No, it couldn't be. Because I'm tired of Andy. Andy's whack. He coming out being thirsty with the jumper shoot. I said, whatever. Ugh. Go ahead, be a pygmy like you are. So Rob came out. They had the Traitors out in the beginning. So they all talk and whatnot. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Donna said she was so happy to be gleeful to be around these people. It is what it is. They helped Mark, whatever. So they was Candace had to go against Mark. Rob. First of all, she said you wanted to win on your own. He kept saying, "No, I don't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't." And I said, "Boy, stop it." Because you said it. Would you split $100K with someone you would have met 3 weeks ago? No. So my thing is, everybody act like Candace said she was a sore loser. She didn't. I said she's not a sore loser. She just trying to make him understand that, boy, we would respect you more if you would stand on it. And even after you, he would try to backtrack and say, no, he did not want to win on his own. He wanted to win in the end with Candace. And then when she kept pressing him, then he said, oh, I never trusted you, Candace. I said, there you go. See, Walt was like that at Love Island. People want him to stand on what he's saying, that he's want to say one thing, and they said nothing was saying. Well, you keep pressing him, then he come out to say the truth. I said, stop that. That's I never cared for him then. I care for him now. Yeah, I'm not hating that he won because he deserved that win because, look, he deserved to win. Let's just call it what it is. Because the way how the season going, as faithful was, they were stupid. Yes, I said it. So I was saying, yes, you went to win on. I wish you say, you know what, yeah, Candace, you are right. And when she pressed him, because he said, you let the charge on Candace. He said, on Lisa. He said, yeah, I did. So everybody make it seem like people going back and forth on Twitter. No, he did not lead the charge. Lisa was in secret ship. I said, no, he did. He led the charge. Because even though Lisa was on the hot seat, that night, Natalie would have been to go home because everybody was looking at Natalie and said, girl, why are you so hyperventilating for that figure drink? Natalie was going home that night, not Lisa. He led the charge to get Lisa out. Candace called on. She said, listen, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out with a bang. So she threw out the throwaway vote, even though I don't say everybody saying she was consistent. I said she was consistent by voting the same person over and over. She was always consistent with Ron, and then she got consistent with Rob. The fact that y'all like the sweet, sweet man. Y'all just can't understand why she would do that. And then when you know no traitor, her clue didn't give you anything because he's a what? I saw, man. I can never let that go because Kristen always going to get my 3rd degree for that. Get out of here, girl. Always go get it. She cannot redeem herself. I know I'm playing. I'm just playing, y'all. I don't think this, I don't care. When the show is over, though, I don't care about it anymore. But still, I just want to play it out. She always going that 3rd degree. Good sweet, sweet man. Get the fuck out of here. So he never trusted Candace. I said, so you did not want to win? Like Candace said, you give me the opportunity to even talk to me and say this is what you're doing. You said one thing and you do different things. That's what he did in Love Island. He was saying one thing and do something different. And then when they called him out on it, he tried to deny that what it was. And then when you kept pressing him, then he want to say it because he then with his attitude. But this time he was no attitude. He was trying to keep calm. But still. Say all that. Eric also was smitten by Bob because he thought he was going to split the money with his boy. He said, ooh, I got me a straight man. And then Eric going to try to act like he didn't know. And I'm glad Rob clocked it. He said, boy, you know. I said, you know what? I said, go ahead, Rob. Go ahead. Do your thing. Because Eric going to still try to sit here and act like he didn't have no context, so he didn't know that Rob was gonna do that. Especially when Rob said, "Well, you have to know because you saw the context." And then Evan said, "I didn't see no context." I said, "Boy, clean your ears." Rob said, "Boy, stop playing. You saw what I did to these two, and you don't think I ain't do that to you? Going to do that to you? You should have been smarter than that." No, but he was smitten by Rob. That's kind of what it is. Because he knew Evan was gullible. Evan even put him in a fight to even try to turn against Rob. And none of that. He knew none of that. He just fought in line and got manipulated. And thought he was going to split the win. And going to try to send him a reunion, act like you didn't have no contact and you didn't think he was going to do that to you. Rob said, "Boy, yes, I did. You had the contact clues. That's what he picked you." So a lot of people came out, Mark and them alone came out, and they were trying marketing this whole thing. Now they said, "Oh, so stop it." At the end of the day, we didn't take the clues, we didn't take the hint, and she gave us a hint, and we did not use it. It is what it is. So Candace said, "Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Natalie." Portia was the first one to go and had the most to talk about the reunion. I said, "Girl, I know that's right, housewives. Y'all better produce this reunion because this reunion was whack without them anyway." And I want to talk about that article, that freaking whoever the folk that freaking dusty ass article. I said, "Oh, get the fuck out of here, you biased ass. Get out of here." So, let me get that article out now while I'm talking. So, wow. Let me see. Likes. Oh no, mind. It was a like. Let me do that. Do that in a minute. So I was like, So Portia came and her Lisa thing. She was upset about Lisa there. She said she smashed Lisa stuff up. Lisa said, "Oh, girl, it's okay. That thing went out of business a long time ago." I know that's right, Lisa. Lisa said she was to survive. Lisa said she didn't care if she was going to make it in the end or not. She just wanted to survive so she could wear her outfit. That's the outfit she had, and she wanted to wear it. She said that was her best moment. And they reenact the kiss. JoJo would say, "Oh, you kiss me." I said, "No, she air kiss. You went for the kiss. She air kiss. So it is what it is." Like I said, you should never had the chance to even say, "Lisa, Lisa, kiss me. Lisa, kiss me. Lisa, kiss me." No, he should never say nothing. So that's that. All that stuff. And then Portia and Peach Juice, Portia, whatever. Talk to Michael. Michael want to have him be a housewife so bad. Say, "I speak a clip. I speak a clip." All that stuff. I was like, oh, oh, oh. Get out of here. And then Colton. Colton came on with a matching outfit like Rob. I said, "What the hell? You two want to slap in the knob like a corner of the cob? Like, what the hell? Y'all like what the hell is dusty ass? What the monkey see, monkey do?" They had similar outfits with similar shade of color, similar thing. He said he was a little hurt about getting eliminated by Rob and Candace, but at the end of the day, that was a good strategy. Candace said she was told by Colton that Rob told her that she was a traitor. I mean, I believe he did say. I don't know if he was going because Rob defended. He said, "Candace, you know we got a contract." It's like that. Just because you have a contract doesn't mean y'all can't break it sometimes. And you may not have to say nothing. You probably could give a little eye contact, a little non-verbal communication, and something like that to let him know. Because when the reveal came out, he didn't seem so shocked that Rob was a traitor. But Colton's idea is he wanted to do all this chaos so he could be recruited. He wanted to be recruited. So that's why he let Candace murder him. Because if he didn't do it, I think he was gonna get recruited. That was his goal. And then they talk, and then Andy had him talk about how you feel about the people saying that. He said, "Oh, when people coming about that," I was looking at that whole segment. I said, "Yes, you was in the closet. You was not in the closet. You wasn't a bachelor. You bachelors." So I said, at the end of the day, you misled people. You did what you did, and then you end up stalking the ex-girlfriend. So how's that your darkest moment in your life when you were the one who was doing messed up? I said, boy, bye. Get out of here. I'm not buying that. And then pressing the photo. I said, at the end of the day, granted, I did stand by what I said about my review. I said, at the end of the day, this show is supposed to be about this on the game. But since you have celebrities, people always go have preconceived notions about you in this game. So they're going to judge you based on what you have done, did, and what you have, who you are before, instead of how you played the game. And that's why they need to stop doing this all celebrity cast. And I'm gonna say that at that. So that was done. All that stuff, edit that, and nothing else was done. They talk about Ron, how he felt. But what's his name? Monet will change. We're saying that Ron ain't giving people a chance to get close to him. And he was like, "Listen, y'all were ridiculing me and everything, and I felt isolated. So I need to get close." I said, "I feel the same way because after he did that, he had actual evidence against Portia." Portia was saying that I was going around, let me be a detective. I was a queen and thing. I would say if I was a traitor, but I said we didn't hear that. If the production cut that part out, I said whatever. At the end of the day, they heard you say we will murder, thinking I murdered Ian. So they took that. They took that and they came on with it, and everybody voted for it. Nobody had to vote for what Ron said. So y'all had to blame on Ron. So all that was that. Like I said, Mike wanna have his moment. It is what it is. So the whole thing about this Traitors thing. That's what I said. Season 1 Traitors of the US version will always be my favorite. Now, they have UK version, they have Australia versions, New Zealand. I'll promise y'all, if y'all have a time, go watch those versions on Peacock. They shows are good because they always have all civilians and they are just as entertaining or even more than the celebrities. Because US, they had this obsession for freaking always casting celebrities in these shows that don't need to have celebrities. Especially when the first season didn't really have much celebrities. The first season of US had half celebrities and half civilians. Did it work? And then after that, season 2, 3, 4, they just went all freaking celebrities. And I said, no, stop doing that. Because what you do that, you bring people, they might have problematic past or whatnot, and people who know these people will going to watch the show based on when they preconceived notions of the celebrities and then judge them based on that. And that's how they use their strategy, or that's how they use their opinion on the person based on who they are and not the gameplay. So if you say something about them that may be different from your own opinion, y'all attack each other. Say, "Oh, do you know he did this? Did you know this? This?" And I said, a lot of people don't even know these people like that. So, Traitors show, the concept of the show itself is genius enough to create its own drama. You don't need no people who know each other, who have beef in other shows, to come together to try to have beef on the show to create some dramatic experience. I said, no. The show concept is enough on its own to create its own drama, so you don't need no extra forceness. And you go focus on the gameplay and not just on the people. The people plays the game, but you can focus on the gameplay and the strategy and how the people play the game, and you don't have no preconceived notions of them. And that's why I love the all civilian shows. That's why I think UK always been better than US, in my opinion. They follow the same format too. They always been better. That even that 7th season in UK, even that was better than the freaking US versions. Then, because maybe a lot of us don't even know the people who get people. So we didn't have this major discourse on Twitter and everything about the UK version. People say it was so good. Now, so the show itself, 24 people in the household, they're all are equal. Then three or four of y'all, or usually three, become traitors. You don't know who the traitors are. It's a social experiment trying to figure out who the traitors are. Is a lie, deceit, and everything. Trying to win Belle spot, trying to trust. You don't know who you can trust, who can you trust, and whatnot. Trying to get out. That itself, you don't need to create no underforce drama. That's dramas right there and there. Because now it's a psychological social game. And then people who needs this money, they're gonna put their heart into this. They're gonna go all in. That's a love story in seasons because they go all in. And everybody who watches, they don't even know them before they came to paint the word. They just go focus on them, what they do at the game. And I wish that's what has been done instead of focus on, oh, this person from Housewife, you know how she is. She can't take nothing. She always this way. Lisa's always been this way. Candace has always been this way. I didn't like how it is. He is like, I said, oh, Coach is stalking his girlfriend. Why he's on this show? I was like, oh my gosh, God's can focus on the thing. So it takes away from the show because people focus on people and not the strategy of the game. That's what it is. And also another thing, the reason why a lot of these faithfuls, that's what Kato said, a lot of these faithfuls need to go to faithful schools and learn the tricks of faithful. Because a lot of them, when I noticed that, a lot of them take one finite possibility and stick with that and eliminate the other chance. Like, for example, the UK version or whatever, the best friend. One of the celebrity traitors, he was a traitor from the beginning, and he eliminated his best friend, the person he was so close in the game. People don't even think that he did that. And I said, what? They said, what reason would he would do to do that? Let me hold up, y'all. They were saying, what reason would he would kill his best friend? Oh, he can never do that. I said, yes, he can. That could be a double bluff. So it could be one possibility, two reason. From there, they decided to say, oh, he could never do that, so it couldn't be him. Instead of thinking that, oh, maybe he could do it because he could make us throw us off that he would do. It wouldn't be him because of why he would do it. So it's possibilities. Instead of going about both possibilities, they only stick with one and eliminate the other one. And that's a lot of people was doing in season 2 of the US version. They was always sticking with one possibility and then another. Oh, Candace vote didn't give us no clues here because he's a sweet man. I said Candace vote could probably give you a clue. Why would she went out and go out her way, even though y'all know she's a no trader and vote for all twice? What is the reason for her doing so? Like, come on, think about it. So that's that. So let's read this article and then we get out of here. Hold on, let me. I said, so they always go with one finite reason. Oh, he can't do this. And it's that. I said, okay. Like more, I said, you trusted him so bad because of Pika promise. And you convince yourself that he never could have been a traitor. But can you throw out a possibility that he could have been one, especially when people's coming up to you and talking about it? Like, stop that. So let's read this article and then we get out of here because I haven't been talking. Hope y'all was entertained because I was cutting up. All right, let's read this article real quick. Oh, by the way, Watch What Happened Live. I don't watch What Happened Live, but apparently Rob kept his promise and bought more of the Birkin bag. I said, that's good, Rob. That was cute. You kept your promise. That's a nice guy who can keep a promise. But I said, don't do more gifts because you got a girlfriend now. Let me see this. So this person in the article is saying that they should have put, they need to, next season they need to put, or when they do another season of the Traitors, need to put Housewives on pause because they the issue of the season. I said Housewives not the issue. Housewives not the issue. The issue is stop hiring all celebrity seasons and do just civilians. That's why I like the civilian better because you could just focus on the gameplay and not on the freaking people. When you have celebrities, people can always go look at the celebrities and watch the people and not how they play. And that's the problem. So when you want to fix this situation, you should fix it by stop hiring celebrities. You would kill all this noise. But the housewife is not the issue. So you need to call that whoever this biased person that did this article. So season 4 of the Traitors marked the housewife its seasons yet. A record 5 alumni from Bravo's Real Housewives franchises were cast. And for the first time, 2 of them soap actress turned Beverly Hills gullible Lisa Rinna and loquacious Candace Dilla Bassett of Potomac were selected to be Traitors together. The Housewives have been a logical feeder system of the Traitors for several reasons, not least for which being corporate synergies between Bravo and Peacock. Plus, when it comes to drama, Housewives are self-starters. If there is an interpersonal conflict in the castle, they create one. If it's only fill the void. Since when they started creating, what drama they was creating? What drama they was creating? They was playing the game. So what drama were they creating? Stop it. They said, but after last Dustin reunion, it became clear that the Housewives did not want to play the Traitors Joe Reed rights. They want to play the Real Housewives of the Highlands and have arguments that split out into social media that meet up for a Housewives style reunion with their patron, Andy Cohen. I said, first of all, who hired Andy to be a host anyway? Peacock did. So that's their issue. You need to come up with them. And it ain't nobody else was doing saying nothing. You better be happy they led the freaking reunion. Because if it wasn't for them, it would have been boring. So stop it all that. The contrast this season couldn't have been clearer. Rob Walsh played a nearly perfect game. Oh, about this game. I wish everybody stopped acting like he was the greatest player. He's not in Suri level. He's not. So they better stop that. He's not on her level. Suri played a near perfect game because she didn't do what she did, what Rob did. She played stealthy throughout the whole season and played her mark and played her game and played her strategy well. Rob could have done that, but no, he put his foot in the front and betrayed his fellow traders out openly and did what he had to do. He made good decisions, but I feel like his strategy of his game to win in the end was not a great gameplay or a great strategy. I think it's because the Faithfuls was not on his level and they was dumb and he played on that. They was not, they didn't do well. If they had, he come in a group of Faithfuls that was on it. Then if it was, then I would see how good of a gameplay he was. Can I say he's up there? Out of the Traitors that he was close to the top? Maybe yes, but he's not Suri level. He's not. Then you stop saying that. And if you do, what are you saying? Y'all couldn't give me no real reason what strategy he done that was so great. He did good. He made good decisions based on what he was given, but they ain't giving much, so it wasn't much to say. If he was going through a group of Faithfuls that was on it and he was getting pressure, he was getting heat, and he could nibble his way out, he did all that stuff, then I would say, you know what? You was right. He did a good job. But no. So, well, Lisa Candace made mistakes, as most Traitors contestants do, to be fair. They spent the better half better part of the 2 months telling any Instagram follower or podcast host who will listen about how they were betrayed in the game. That's literally the name of the game. First of all, they can feel how they want to feel. They could feel how they want to feel. If they felt betrayed, they felt betrayed because they was betrayed. Yes, we understand we're traitors. That's what I'm saying. They understand the concept of the game. Just stand on it. Don't act like you want to win with us, but you betrayed us, and then we called it out on it. He said, "No, it's just a game. You calling out? No, it was just because it was chic shit." And he was projecting because he thought that because they was housewives, they thought they was going to turn against him. What they didn't. They all agreed to work together, and they was working together until you turned on them. So they felt betrayed. And if you stand on it and say, I just wanted to win on my own, they would have understand. So it is what it is. So y'all tell me how y'all feel about that article. But other than that guy was doing the most. And to be honest, a lot of people didn't even care for that article anyway because they was like, that's a weird, stupid take to say that the housewife was an issue. Good boy, bye. But that was my view of Married to Medicine, Belle Collective, and Traitors UK, Traitors US. Because I'm watching Traitors UK right now, so it's good and good. I'm on the 3rd episode, so yeah, that's that. But I appreciate y'all for coming through, listen to me, people who came through, Case Aware, CM, and everybody who's watching me in the bushes. Appreciate y'all, love y'all. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Next week, I do have to do the book. Probably Sunday or Tuesday, whatever. I'll go do the book because it's almost done. That book for Minutes is almost done, and then the next book will be Sparkle's niece, her book. We're going to talk about, see her healing journey, see her side of things. That could be the next book. And then I think I might do Mr. Social Corner next week. Some topics. If it's not no topics, then we do 6 brown chicks. So we can do that for a while. I want to have a kiki and laugh with y'all. But other than that, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed this live. Share it out. Let people know about me. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. All right, y'all. So if y'all around, y'all want to watch the UK with me, y'all could. Other than that, I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Have a great weekend.